Alright, motherfuckers, we back.
Back at it again.
This is the 2 Cents You Call This podcast.
One time for the one time.
I am your host, X, and I'm here with my brother from another mother, Dub. What's happening?
It's happening, my brother.
Hey, brother, you know what it is.
We back at it on a Friday night, man.
Yes,
You
sir.
know how it go.
Hey.
Friday night is for the turn up, man.
I gotta be turn. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting a little bit older.
Everybody out there, y'all know how we rocking. You want to hit us on YouTube, go follow us at the 2 Cent You Call It's podcast. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell right in the top right hand corner so you can get all of our notifications when we post. Y'all can keep up with them shows. Y'all know what it is. For your listening pleasure, we are on Spotify. Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Busting out your earbuds, man. First things first, my brother. What's in your class?
I am doing a French Connection or the Swiss on Neuf cherry, and I'm just gonna top that off with some lemonade. What about you over there, my brother?
I am doing a drink that I got from the store when I went to go pick up some stuff. It's called the Summer Days. It is a watermelon whiskey, watermelon schnapps, a agave sweet and sour, and cranberry juice.
And that's called the Rainy Days?
Sunny. Summer days.
Oh.
Yeah, so, you know.
Summer.
In the
Summer days.
Yeah, we
I'm gonna modify them, the words.
We getting ready for summer, man. So, had to go ahead and make a Summer Days, man.
How you like it, man?
It's pretty good. It's a little, you know, we don't do a lot of mixed drinks. Especially when we go out. But when we try to do it on the show, we try to kind of, you know, try different drinks. Yeah. So this is one that it has not disappointed, man. It's actually pretty refreshing. Put it over ice and you should be good for the summer.
Got enough watermelon over there? You cool.
Yeah, you don't drink this at mixed parties. You just drink. You drinking around. You know what might be good? I'm gonna freeze some water. I'm gonna do some watermelon cubes, freeze them, and throw them in there. And
you know what you should also put in there?
What?
Some drumsticks, some fried chicken.
Fuck you. Nah, man. But yeah, it's not disappointing, bro. It's not disappointing. I'm fucking with it. So
I tried the watermelon whiskey. It wasn't like I was like, it didn't have that taste for me.
It was all right by itself. I didn't really care for the whiskey in particular by itself. I saw it was like a salted
caramel.
No, a salted watermelon whiskey at the store, and I almost picked that up. And I think the next time I make it, we'll probably do a cookout or some shit. The next time I make it, I'll probably do the salted watermelon versus the one that I got. So
I can see that with some drunken watermelon.
Yeah.
So I'm on board for that.
Yeah, I might do it. Got a picnic coming up, so I might do it for that.
Okay,
that'd be dope. How was your week, brother?
It was straight, man. I can't complain about anything.
Yeah, what you get into? Well, you said you was gonna tell me a story about customer service. What happened?
Oh, well, you know, I've been dealing with some stuff to get my life straight.
Right.
I was talking to some people. They was like, "Oh yeah, we can get this stuff over to you."
Yeah.
Well, when I initially reached out to them, it was March the 23rd.
Okay. So we looking at what? 2 months now?
Yeah. So last week I talked to them. They was like, "Okay, yeah, just send us and we'll get back to you by Friday." This was on Thursday.
Okay.
So I was like, "Okay." No matter of fact, it was on a Wednesday I reached out. They said, "Get back to you tomorrow on Thursday." Nothing happened. It's like, all right, I'll give them till Friday. Yeah. And stuff like that. Nothing happened. So reached back out on Monday. And he was like, "Oh, yeah, I can't remember you. And we were supposed to do this and do this." And nothing happened. And stuff. So it's like, all right, well, can you, I'm going to send you the email again. Yeah. Because obviously something happened. Yeah. This time I'm going to CC you on that. And the person I was supposed to get in contact with, so maybe we can get some results going. Okay. So, sent that, and then maybe 2 days later, the person hit me back. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I never saw this. Are you free today after 5? because I see that you work.
That was today.
No, that was Tuesday.
Okay.
Tuesday, yeah. And I was like, yeah, matter of fact, I work from home, so I'm pretty much free all day.
Yeah.
And stuff. I can always talk on the phone.
Yeah.
Didn't hear nothing back.
Nothing.
All right. So then, day goes by. It's Wednesday. I'm like, oh, hey, yeah. I just want to let you know that I'm available today too.
Right.
So we can talk. Because you said yesterday that you was gonna call me.
Yeah, saying that you didn't call me back yesterday.
She was like, okay. And then I get a phone call while I was out doing some stuff, and then we talked, and she was like, "Yeah, I'll send you the forms over today, and we can, you can just get them back to me as soon as possible." I was like, "Yeah, just send those to me. I'll get them back to you as soon as possible."
Right.
Thursday comes.
No forms.
Reach back out to her. I was like, "Hey, I couldn't find those forms online because like maybe you told me something wrong and I was supposed to go find them myself. Couldn't find those forms online. Could you send those over to me?"
Yeah.
That was Thursday. Today, they're hearing nothing. So Friday, I might just have to go up to their office and be like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah.
Trying to handle business.
Man, I don't think customer service is a thing that people are focusing on anymore. I had a similar situation yesterday at work. I went because I needed to get some paperwork that I didn't have access to.
Mm-hmm.
And so I go up, one of the ladies that has access to it, I'm asking her, I'm saying, "Hey, if I give you this information to look this particular place up, can you look it up and find the paperwork that I need for it because you have access to the system?" She's like, "Oh, no, you got to ask your supervisor." I'm like, "Well, I just recently, moved to a different department. Like, I don't have a supervisor over here. So, you know what I'm saying? Can you help me out since you have access to the system? Look up the place, see if there's the paperwork on it." She's like, "Oh, well, just go ask the supervisor that's over that particular area right now." And I'm like, well, the supervisor that's over that particular area is out on vacation.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm here talking to you. So, like, can you help me out? And she's like, "Oh, well, how long has it been?" What the fuck does it matter? Like,
I almost called her something.
It was on the tip of my tongue. What the fuck does it matter? Like, you have access to the system. Literally, it would have taken you the time that we're having this conversation to look the shit up. Like, I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I just
She want to get them the extra 2 packets of ketchup
bro,
at the drive-thru.
I just walked out.
Just give me the shit.
I'm like, first of all, and what pisses me off about the situation, I'm like, first of all, y'all still on COVID protocols, right? So you're only in the office 2 days a week, only 2, which means that you only have to fuck with us for 2 days, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Fuck with us strong on the days that you hear.
Yeah, like at least be useful when you motherfucking here. Like you're not always here. I was just like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. Like, I'll take care of this shit. I'll take care of this shit next week. Like, I'm gonna hit my supervisor up and see if she can help me out and get this shit established. But I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? It's not that hard. Literally, the whole time that you took being combative in this situation, you just could have helped me.
Do you believe in harassing people?
What you mean?
When you need to get something done?
It depends. Professionally, I believe in if I ask you nicely and I try to get help from you and you are an asshole about trying to help me, I'm going to do everything in my power to go to your supervisor.
Okay. Say it like this. Say you apply for a job.
Uh-huh.
And have you ever called to check on your application?
Yes.
Okay. How many times have you called to check on your application?
I'm a person that will call like 20 times if
okay.
until I get to the person. Like, so one thing about me, and you know this very well, I am a very impatient person.
Yeah.
And I'm only impatient when there's not a plan in place or you are not following the plan that you put in place.
Yeah.
And I say that to say that a lot of times jobs will tell you, oh, hey, we'll get to you by the end of the day or by the end of the week or in this amount of time period, right? And so when that doesn't happen, then I'm looking like
I'm calling to check on you.
Yeah, like
what's up? Because you said
and I don't want you
day to day.
And let me tell you, I work in the industry to where if you allow somebody to forget about you, they will fucking forget about you. So I'm just like, all right, well, let me call and check on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure you didn't forget that my shit was on your desk. That's how I was raised.
My mama, she was like, hey, you got to stay on their ass about, she didn't say a word because she's don't cuss like that, but still, you get the sentiments.
Yeah, but you know what? I actually learned that one place that I learned that the most is in college.
Prairie View.
Yes, Prairie View University. Because let me tell you, you already have to stay on people in college, period. Like, I mean, that's just how college is, right?
Yeah.
But when you go to an HBCU, it's worse in that financial aid office. Like, and I
don't have all the infrastructure that other campuses
have.
Right.
Right. Well, not only that, it's just that, you know, you're looking at a much higher percentage of the campus being on these services, like being on financial aid and you know, getting assistance. So you have, you know, a heavier workload at these particular institutions. Yeah. And then, you know, it doesn't help that the people that usually work in the office be having, you know, a little bit of attitude. And it's like, damn, like, I'm sorry I came to your job. Like,
it's a lot of student workers.
Yeah.
In financial office.
Yeah, it is. But they not doing any of the stuff. Like, they not doing the major stuff that you really need the help with. Like, yeah, I mean, I understand, you know, you go to financial aid and you already expect to be sitting in financial aid half a day. It is what it is. It's going to happen. But when I get there, like, I know you done seen 50 students before me and probably going to see 50 students after me. But at the same time, shit, this is my education, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you chose this job, you know? And I'm a firm believer in, like, don't get mad at the job you chose, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially at that level, because you can't tell me that at that level you don't have many other options that of work you can be in, right? Now, I can understand, you know what I'm saying, you first couple of jobs, you work in fast food. I mean, nobody really wants to work fast food, like unless you work for Chick-fil-A, because it'd be their pleasure to get your shit.
That's what they say.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand that kind of stuff. But once you get to a certain professional capacity, like, nah, bro, this your job. Like, don't. I'm sorry that I came to your job. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I felt. That's how I felt when I was in the office asking her for help. Like, did I bother you?
Or something like, why don't you let me do it? You know what I'm saying? Just give me the access.
That's it. Like, I can look up shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
reach over your shoulder and type this in real quick.
I'm like, bro,
take a break.
I'm like, you have got to be the most useless motherfucker in here. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, that shit kind of pissed me off. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So that's what I was dealing with most of this week, and I still don't have the answers that I need. Yeah. Or the forms I need. So
my man,
when I pull up on you, don't
pull up on me.
Don't say shit.
Pull up on me.
Give a fuck about no COVID protocol in this bitch. Coughing and wiping spit on everything.
All the masks. Fuck all. That shit's not funny for people that just be so serious about COVID. It's just a joke. These are just jokes. Yeah. No, but man, I worked the majority of this week, man. I got back on my overtime grind because, you know, kind of settled into the new position and you know, filling it out. Kind of, you know, got the flow of things and how, you know, my schedule is gonna work. So I kind of jumped back in. So this is actually my only off day for the week, man, and I just want to say that I am happy to be doing something that I have grown to love. You know, for my off day, man, sitting here doing a podcast and you know, getting the content out to the people. So
okay, so you lied.
What?
Because you say you was gonna take a step back and not do so much work.
Well, no, I didn't lie. I did, and you know I did. This is actually, you know, this is probably one of the first pay periods that I actually got back on, like getting, and it's because work hard, play hard. It's because July is coming up. Okay, that birthday is coming up, so I'm trying to stack up a little bit to make a couple of moves for birthday. So nah, I didn't lie. I did not lie. I did not. Speaking of not meeting the qualifications, though, what you had an adventure this week, man? What you do?
Yeah, man, I hit you up on Facebook the other day.
Did you?
Yeah. Remember I sent you a link.
Oh yeah.
Magically just popped on my timeline. We had a whole conversation about it.
Yeah. And so
sperm donors.
Okay, let's talk about it.
They was like, "Hey, earn $1,000."
I'm trying to earn $1,000.
Monthly. I was like, "Okay, let me see what's going on over there."
That's a good little addition to the income. Monthly.
Yeah.
How many times I got a bus?
Exactly. So basically, here's the rules.
Okay. Because I let me tell you, when we had this conversation, I had no clue how any of this worked. Like, I don't even know anybody. I personally don't know anybody that's been, well, not that I mean, you know, people probably done it and they just ain't said shit about it. But I personally don't know anybody that's
been. That's what you get with X, man. Oversharing and it's funny stories.
So what happened? What's the qualifications?
Qualifications is, well, main one is, okay, obviously you can't have STD.
Okay.
You have to be 5'8" or taller.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
That's it?
It's pretty much it. Well, like the basic qualifications.
And you can be a whole crazy motherfucker out here.
You could. Well, they do a background check on you and everything once they...
Mental eval or anything?
Well, they look up your history, family history. Once they...
That don't mean shit.
Turn in the paperwork. Exactly. So, but after that, man, you know, they just say, "Hey, come in.
Come as you are."
Yeah, come as you are.
That's not funny.
I just got that in more ways than one.
Pun intended.
But nah, man, this particular place was in Arlington and stuff. So I was like, you know what? I don't be doing shit on the weekends besides recording. Let me see what's up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm saying get a little side hustle on. You know what I'm saying?
I got
some premium baby juice over here.
Yeah.
And stuff. So go in, fill out the rest of the paperwork. I'm like, all right. Tell me how this works.
They're so I want you to I want you to walk me through this particular ordeal. So you filled out the paperwork and then what happened?
Fill out the paperwork. They give you a cup. And it's like, yeah, just come through these doors.
Come through these doors.
There's 3 rooms right here. You can choose any one you want. We have aids if you need them.
Okay.
They didn't have magazines. So that's too old.
That's old. We live
like, but we do have.
Because when I think about it, that's what I think about. You know, when you done seen it in a couple of movies, you be like, all right. I mean, where the magazines at and shit. First of all, thinking back on that shit,
that's nasty as fuck.
Nasty as shit.
Pages stuck together and everything.
I don't want to touch this shit. You gonna give me some gloves?
Well, yeah. So they said, all right, we got we have a TV in there that has Amazon on there. Shout out to the free promo,
right,
for them, and say, well, you can they have like a instruction list on the remote, and they be like, all right, you go to this, look up this category, and then
wait, do you have to purchase this?
No, it's free.
Oh, okay,
everything's free of charge. Okay, so if y'all want to fill out some paperwork and just get your free fix out of it, I guess you could go down there and just...
You know, some people are probably going to be like, oh, you mean I can get me a free session in? Shit.
And stuff. And then, but yeah, you just order whatever you want to order and stuff like that. I have my personal preferences. I have my own personal stash.
Yeah.
So...
Got the vault.
Yeah, and stuff. Because I wanted it to be with love. So, wanted to create this with love. Because I was struggling morally with this and stuff like that. And that was probably the longest I ever been dealing with myself. Because that shit is awkward as fuck.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's something that you don't want to...
She came and knocked on the door. Are you okay, sir?
No, she didn't knock on the door. I'm assuming that she's used to people taking a while.
Yeah.
But it's just, you know, like, do you want to be loud?
Yeah.
Or you want to be aggressive? Can I turn this port up?
How do we do this?
And stuff. So that shit was hella awkward and stuff like that.
They need a list of do's and don'ts of that shit.
And stuff. But they was like, you know, if you get too excited and you
miss the cup.
That's the term they use. They have disinfectant spray that you can get up there and wipe everything. So I was like, oh shit, okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's definitely not an experience that I would want to do it again and stuff. But thankfully,
yo, that's a fucking knee slapper, bro.
Thankfully, I fit into a category where they have too many donors in my in my class.
So they said you were not qualified.
No, I wasn't qualified.
You did not meet these qualifications.
No,
we already got too many of you.
Yeah, it's too many 6-foot black men. They used to play football and
bro, like that's a story for the ages.
It is, man.
My brother, man, that shit is hilarious to me. I still,
man, look, I saw $1,000. Like, hey, well, the thing is, if you qualify, you get $50 per donation.
Oh shit! So they want you to be in that hole, what, 20 times?
Well, you could do up to 3 times a week.
So this is a job.
Yeah, this is a job. It was in all the time. I was like, fuck no, I ain't doing this shit.
I'm not just a job.
I'm driving no damn hour away.
Hold on, how do you
shit I can do for free?
How do you explain that to somebody? What if that was your only source of income? What you do for a living? Oh man, I gotta check in 3 times a week, man.
Gotta
hey man, go and blow this load. Yo.
And I can't talk too much shit because I went in there like, hey, let me see.
Let me get this $1,000.
What's going on? But you have to sign a contract either 6 months or a year.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you have to donate at least once a week.
This is a legit job.
Oh yeah, the other qualification is you must abstain for at least 40 hours before you go in to do the screening.
Oh wow!
So
you ain't no bussing.
Ain't no bussing at all. Shout out to
Bussing.
This is what's this National Masturbation Month.
Oh yeah. May is National Masturbation Month. Oh, by the way, this is episode 41. I don't think we said that.
The name of this episode is "Did You Miss the Cup?"
Oh my god!
But yeah, you can only get this content on the 2 Cents You Call This podcast,
bro. That shit is fucking hilarious. Like,
and Dub tried to talk me out of giving this story. He said, "I think you might be."
I was like, dude,
oh shit,
are you sure you want to?
Like, hey, brother. But that brought us into another conversation.
Yes.
Of the morality of being a donor,
being a sperm, like
either a sperm donor or a egg donor.
Okay. So since you just recently had this experience, if you would have gotten picked, do you feel like you would have felt guilty, or do you feel guilty about doing it, and would you have felt guilty about actually? So
I think that's the reason why I was in there for so damn long.
Because he was like, this ain't.
God, please forgive me. And I don't even need it. It was just,
you don't even need the $1,000. I just want it. This is easy money. I do this on the regular.
Exactly. It's like, hey, what's up?
I can at least be getting paid for it. So
premium baby juice over here.
So my question is, if you sign the contract, so you said you have to donate for 6 months.
Yes, at a minimum.
So if you sign a contract saying that I'm going to be, this is my job now. I'm going to be
a donor
delivering serum
once a week.
At least once a week.
Yeah, up to 3 times a week.
What happens if you breach that contract?
I'm assuming they just terminate you. I mean, I don't think they can sue you for your. Well, I guess you could be in breach of contract, but you're not getting. They're not paying you.
Hold up! How you get fired from this? Yo,
I mean, I don't think you get. I mean, I guess technically you get fired, but
yo,
I don't know if you can get sued.
How you get fired from shooting your juice?
Hey, brother.
Yo.
I ain't got the answer, Sway.
This shit is funny to me, man.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, but you have to sign a contract, and
bruh,
you're obligated to go in once a week to.
Oh man! And they said so. So apparently you looked a few of them up. Was this the only one that was in the area?
Well, for that company, yeah.
Okay, so
that's the only one that was paying that premium.
So, okay. So it might be lower premiums at different places, but you could be matched somewhere else.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I'm not. No, I'm not. But I'm just gonna wait.
I'm good on it. I'm good on it. So do you think
destroying my plumbing? I'm good.
Do you think that morally is wrong, or do you feel like
it's like
for you wouldn't want to do it?
Nah, I wouldn't want to do it. I think I'll just, because even when you do this, you sign over your rights if they do choose.
Right. So it's not like you freezing your shit. It's like just, you're donating for people that want to actively get pregnant.
Yeah, and stuff. Either that the husbands can't produce, right, or some people they just want a certain
demographic. Yeah,
stuff. So I mean,
damn. What if you was the person on the other side, like searching through, like I like that one.
I don't think they have your pictures or anything with that. But they just have like your statistics. Be like, okay, he's this. This is what he does for a living, and so it kind of is a screening to see what kind of juice you getting. And stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, craziness skip a couple generations sometimes.
Bro, that shit is, man. The fact that we are at this point in life, like I don't know if I was talking to my sister or one of my cousins. And I think we talked about it, a little while back. The fact that we are, full in adulthood, like we are grown at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the type of shit that you deal with in adult life. Like, this is real life.
You think your parents ever went to a sperm bank?
Probably. Shit. My daddy was a sperm bank. Shit.
Oh, shit. It's almost Father's Day.
Nah, but I mean, shit. I ain't gonna doubt it, especially if it was $1,000 tied to the month. Like, shit.
Now let me ask you this: if one of your female friends came up to you and asked you, "Hey, I want to have a kid," you don't have to do anything for him, but I just think that you're a very handsome guy. I think that we would make a pretty baby together. Would you do it for him?
No.
Okay. Why not?
Just because I feel like, and I don't even want kids, but I feel like if I had a kid, I would not want my seed out there without me being their father. Like, me actually taking the responsibility of being their father and them knowing directly their heritage. That's just like, just knowing how, just going back to my grandfather, right? Mm-hmm. And what he means to me. Just going back to like, if I did not know him directly, I would have an issue with that. And so, me, I wouldn't want anybody running around out here without, that came from me and not knowing me directly. So I probably would have an issue with it.
I feel you. Oh, it was like I don't guess it's not a documentary, but it was a movie / documentary of the sperm doctor.
Oh yeah, man. So I got to talking to somebody else about that maybe 2 days ago. Oh, yesterday. It was yesterday. What would you do in that situation? If that was my father? No. Hypothetical situation. You, a couple of years down the line, you and your wife having issues, and
then
conceiving, right?
Dr. Bus one is
and so y'all go to this doctor to help with fertility, and his job is to take your serum and impregnate your wife, and he dumps your shit and impregnates your wife. You find out 5 years after your son or daughter is born. What are you doing? Like,
I'm busting on his man. Well, obviously, I would probably just sue at that point. But I mean, I guess I just have a fucking stepson that I'm claiming as my own now.
Yeah, I was just about to say, how do you feel about the child at that point. Like
at that point, I mean, technically it's still
because it wasn't her fault. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like this is a different situation from her cheating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It wasn't her fault. Like this, like both of y'all trusted this process and trusted this doctor, and he was out on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do in that situation? Like,
I mean,
I feel some type of way, bro.
I'll definitely feel some type of way. I don't think I would ever take it out on the child.
Yeah.
I think it'd just be like a child from a previous marriage.
Yeah.
Almost.
But then additionally, like, especially with that particular situation, since it was one doctor and, you know, this doctor is in, you know, whatever town it is, you run the risk of, especially if it's a small town and it's one of those towns
having sex with your sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, shit.
Yeah, bro. Like,
I'm from a small town, so
yeah. But I'm saying, like, if it was that small town and this doctor was impregnating everybody, and he got all these kids running around, then you look at, all right, like somebody's family tree is fucked up in here. You know?
Hey, a family. I don't know. Let's not do that. I was about to go with recite a poem.
They're not the same.
They do have different mothers.
Oh my god, bro.
Nah, man, but yeah, man, you gotta at that point you just gotta. Well, my initial one was to beat his ass, and then after that it's just, you know, it's got to come with some serious ramifications.
I think he's gonna get popped, bro.
And then you just gotta, you know, and then you just gotta kind of live with it and stuff like that.
That's some hard shit to live with.
Yeah, but you gotta accept them as your own.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, at that point, it's definitely not the kid's fault. You know what I'm saying? So you know that is something that, man, it's something that would be hard to come to terms with. Like, yeah, that's still your kid, obviously. You know, you can't deny that fact, because, like I said, it's not her fault. It's not the kid's fault. Like, y'all made this decision together, and you know, you just trusted a professional that you thought was about his business, and so I don't know, man. I don't know what I would do.
The thing is, like, these kids are finding out once they're like adults,
bruh.
So how would you feel like if you'd have raised this kid all their life and then you find out?
Well, just like I said, my thing would be the fear of, have I either slept with one of my siblings, or if I'm married now, did I marry one of my siblings? Like, because, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you're in a small town where people don't get out of the town, and you've grown up here, you know, you live here, you fell in love with your, you know, high school sweetheart, it could probably be your fucking sister.
I mean, at that point, do you just say fuck it?
Oh, man.
Or do you get the divorce?
Man, that's, bruh.
What if she's pregnant?
So, okay, similar story, right? This one mother and son, right? Mm-hmm. They ended up, I guess, in some kind of way they got, I don't know the full story, but some kind of way they got separated at birth, right?
Okay.
And so it's supposed to be this thing that, like, if you have people that you're related to, but you don't really know that you're related to them, like if you meet, like, as adults, like there's some kind of attraction there.
Okay.
It's a term for it. I don't know the specific term.
Hancock.
But no, it's actually a thing, right? Uh-huh. So this mother and son, they got separated at birth. They ended up finding each other. Well, they ended up finding each other after he became an adult, and like they started.
He was trying to knock down his mom.
They started dating.
Oh shit!
Like they was together, like, and I think they ended up getting married or trying to get married or whatever, and like they started hiding from, you know, the government, because obviously it's incest, but it was like a real thing. Like obviously they knew that they were mother and son, but they had never had a relationship, so they was like, fuck it, like bro, that's some crazy shit. I feel like it's immediately over. It's immediately. So going back to your point, you grow up, and you find out you knocking down your sister. What happens? We all related somewhere.
Nah, I gotta shit. Man. That's
Bruh.
Obviously it would have to stop, but it would be more than how do I live with myself.
But how do you even get to the point to where you stop it? Like if you get to the point, like, because I mean, let's be real. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a hard fucking situation to be in, right? Because you get to the point to where you done fell in love with this person and you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you fell in love with this person. Y'all been banging. You've been knocking that thing down for some years now. Like, how do you just turn off the feelings? Like, how do you, bruh? That's a lot,
man.
Not like you.
At that point, you just gotta kind of move. You gotta move.
You gotta start life over again.
Just move to the desert. Move to the Amazon.
Bruh, like that's, I don't know, that's just a weird situation, bruh.
Well, I mean, because I think my mom had something similar. Well, no, she wasn't talking to her brother, sister, but she lived in a town over from the rest of her siblings.
Yeah.
And my grandfather's sisters was telling my grandfather, "Hey, you need to tell them about their sister before they end up going over to the town over and trying to mess with her,
yeah,
and stuff like that and stuff." So I don't. If it had gotten to that point, God, you really can't. I mean, you don't want your baby to
be deformed or some crazy shit. I don't know, man. That's beyond me. I hope that never happens to anybody. Like I mean, obviously, probably
they say love is love, but
bruh, it's a whole different, type of bruh. Man, it's been
yeah,
it's been a crazy week though.
Yeah,
we've been dealing with a lot in the media. A lot of emotions everywhere, a lot of opposing arguments, a lot of turmoil, sadness, grief. They just had that, the shooting at the school was elementary school, right?
Yeah.
And what was the toll? What was the count?
As of today, I believe it's 19 students and 2 teachers
that were fatally shot by just a random person walking into the school and shooting.
Yeah, somebody that lived in the town.
Yeah.
Well, and then the grandmother was also shot beforehand.
Oh, so he shot her.
He shot his grandmother and then left. Ended up crashing and went to the school. What do you feel? What kind of mindset is that? Like how, bruh, for you to walk into now, adults is a whole different thing, right? Yeah.
It's still, some you still got to be in a weird state of mind and a crazy mindset to be on that level, right? But for you to walk into a school with children and just decide that you're gonna start firing off, like how does one even get to that mindset? Like what? I can't even think of what could be going through your head to be like, this is what I want to do today.
I don't know what it is, man. I don't know. Because coincidentally, May is also mental health month as well.
Right.
And I don't want to say that it's all on mental health because, plenty of people have mental health issues and they don't go off and do stuff like this. It's just, I really don't know how you get to that point. I think that's the part where I wish where he wasn't killed.
Yeah. So
you can kind of get an understanding, or at least they would leave a note or a quote unquote manifesto, so you can kind of get into the understanding of what was going through their head.
Yeah.
But then again, Millions of people go through the same thing, and it doesn't happen. So I mean, it's not like you can truly prevent it.
Yeah.
You can only put safeguards in it and kind of monitor that and just hope for the best. I don't know, bro. It's like that's a sad issue. I don't.
So how do you think as a society we should prepare to protect and defend, the schools? Because I feel like this is an issue that we're revisiting too many times, and it's not just schools, right? You just had the shooting in the store with all the black people. You just had the shooting in the church with all the Asian people. So it's how do you get to a point to where you feel protected, or you feel like, because I could only imagine, right? Mm-hmm. We don't have kids, obviously, but I could only imagine, our nieces and nephews go to school. Like we're there in our mind. When you get to school, like, all right, we shouldn't have to worry about you. You know what I'm saying?
Safe.
Like that should be a safe zone. That should be a safe area. Same thing with church. You feel safe, or even in the supermarket. Like, you don't feel like you're putting yourself in a dangerous situation.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel? What do you think the solution is, as far as being protected or feeling protected in this day and age?
I like hate to say it, but the way I see it going is our schools got to start looking like jails.
You think so?
Yeah.
But I feel like
security on every door, thicker walls, bulletproof glasses and stuff like that, metal detectors. Mm-hmm. It's you just to lack a better way of saying it, you just can't prevent crazy. I guess you can say it like that. Like,
I feel like it's a lot of things that maybe could happen, but I also feel like it's a lot of things that are already in place, mm-hmm. and you still be like, well, damn, how does this shit happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, you already have, metal detectors in a lot of schools. You already have district police in certain places. You already have certain types of things. Now, do you think, because a lot of people were saying teachers should be armed, and
nah.
Okay, so I'm on the fence when it comes to that. Here's my thing.
Okay.
I don't feel like every teacher should be armed, because I know I got some teacher friends, and some of y'all don't need no guns. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel like there should be a for instance, right? Mm-hmm. In a lot of schools, when you have a fire drill, you have a fire warden. Like, you have somebody that's specifically responsible to make sure that all of the fire drill components are carried out by the school. Like, mm-hmm. you're that person for the school, right?
Yep.
So do you think that you should have a team of teachers that might be the school defense team, or, something of that nature, and actually be trained to handle a situation like that?
As the son of a teacher, no. I don't. I know y'all love y'all babies, and I ex love the kids too, but I'm not asking my mama to put a light down for.
Right, and but I don't think, like I said, I don't think it should be every teacher, and I do think, like, it could be a voluntary thing, because there's a lot of teachers that are willing to do it, especially a lot of the male teachers that are in.
They say they are.
I mean, that obviously that's not your profession. So,
and I would say just more security in school.
Yeah, but
like, even when I went to school, we had maybe one SRO officer, mm-hmm. and maybe beef that up to maybe 4.
Okay.
And have them there. But teachers already doing enough. I think adding bodyguard on top of that is, I think that's too much to ask of them.
Okay.
And I know teachers say they're very underpaid, and then some people say teachers should make this certain amount of money, but then there's also those teachers that who aren't in it for the kids. They just saw a career that they can get into, and they really don't care about the students. They're just really looking to pick up a paycheck. Yeah. And you run a risk. So definitely those teachers, I definitely don't want armed. Knowing these kids these days, they act like they ain't got no sense anyway. So I can see it going wrong. But then you also have to think about the factor of teacher needs to go out the classroom. Where are they holding these weapons? Yeah. Do the kids have access to them? Can they get into it?
Right. Because then you run the risk of accidental. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I feel what you're saying. I just it's a very sad situation, man. Like I said, I can't think of what the mindset would be of anybody, man, to do harm in any way to a child. Like I just that particular situation doesn't make sense to me. Definitely condolences to all of the families that were affected, and prayers, man.
I think we're up to like 200 and something, quote unquote, mass shootings this year in America.
Yeah. So with that being said, there's been a lot of uproar about gun laws, and we both own firearms. Obviously, we are both licensed. Yeah. Even before everything happened in Texas, like we were licensed already. What do you how you feel about it?
It's a slippery slope. I don't think anybody necessarily wants to take away guns. But I can definitely see about limiting them out. I'm definitely not for the I guess they call it constitutional carry. Somebody that hasn't been trained how to use something and doesn't know what the laws are on it, just carrying a gun just because that it can actually be potentially very dangerous for somebody. Right. Just to, go off willy-nilly and be like, oh yeah, I'm a good guy with a gun, and just start buzzing off and not know what they're doing with it.
Yeah, because I mean, we shoot on a regular. Yeah. And so even with that practice, you still sometimes get to a point to where you feel like you're rusty, or you feel like, hey, it's time for me to I feel now. Yeah. Hey, it's time for me to go shooting. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like any other mechanical thing. Like it's any other muscle memory.
And everything.
If you don't do it often enough, you forget what the feeling is, or you forget.
And even with the training, actually preparing to shoot somebody versus a piece of paper is a completely different feeling. Right.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I agree with you in that regards. I don't think, you should just be able to willy-nilly buy a gun. Like, I think there should be background checks. There should be stipulations. Everybody shouldn't be able to have a gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just point blank period. Like, I don't feel like everybody should be able to have a gun. I do feel like there should be stipulations. And at this point, there might, you might need certain classes that you are required to take before you are, authorized to carry a firearm. You know what I'm saying? Because these particular pieces of metal do have consequences. Like they have a lot of consequences that are associated with them. Yeah. And they give people a lot of power. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like, you within a split second have the power to end somebody's life with that piece of equipment. Yeah. And
it don't even have to be the person that you intending.
Right.
To stop.
Because bullets don't have names.
Exactly.
Like, they
go anywhere.
Anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I don't know, man. Do you feel like this particular issue is a way for people to stack on their feelings about a lot of different situations? Like,
I think it's always is. You always have your people that you have your conspiracy theorists where they think like, okay, it's election season, so now it just has to be a school shooting so we can get the agenda going and stuff like that. But you do have other people who's like, okay, you care about these kids, but then you don't care about abortion and stuff like that. I think you have to take everything as an individual thing and and stop. It's almost like an all lives matter type of deal.
Okay. I can see that.
Like, why are you trying to stack your grievance on top of this? Why can't we try to fix this and try to fix this, but not conflate them at the same time?
Yeah.
Because even with a lot of bills, I think that's what they try to do.
Yeah, they
Congress,
try to. Yeah.
It's like, we need to do this, but then they try to sneak this into.
Yeah, and a lot of times you don't even agree with the full bill, but you like, I want this particular part passed so much that I'm gonna just vote for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's on both sides.
Yeah.
Of the aisle, the Democratic and Republican. That's why I tell people just to vote on the issue. Of what they want. Yeah,
it's definitely a lot going on, and that's a very sad situation, and I just, you know, speaking of which, Steve Kerr talked about, and I don't want to hear shit because my Mavs did lose, but it is what it is. I was gonna let you make it. Steve Kerr in his conference before, you know, his press conference before the game, he was like, I don't want to talk about basketball.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the issues that are plaguing our country right now, which was, you know, that it was right after the shooting. And it's like, I think we sometimes, like you said, we sometimes focus on too many things at once versus making sure that one particular thing is taken on the agenda before we try to tackle A, B, C, D, E. You know what I'm saying? And I'll stop by saying this. Y'all make sure y'all vote. And just like you said, vote. Yeah. Be knowledgeable on what you're voting for. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Don't just go and vote for the Democratic Party because you feel like you align with the Democratic Party. And don't just go vote for the Republican Party because you feel like you align with the Republican Party. Mm-hmm. A lot of these people... And it's been proven, it's been shown, a lot of these people will run as an opposing party just because they know that they'll get a certain backing or a certain voting demographic and not even give a fuck about what the party stands for. Yeah. So, like, you really got to look into, like, be educated about the issues and about who you're voting for. And if you aren't, there are plenty of resources. There are plenty of people you can talk to. Like, people even started doing fucking TikToks and Instagram reels and stuff, you know, just explaining politics. So you can you can go find this anywhere. Yeah. So it's not an excuse anymore.
Yeah. And definitely focus on your local side, opposed to national elections, or even now we have Senate races and stuff like that. Those are the people that represent you in Congress. So if you don't like what's going on in Congress, go out there and vote. Vote for the person that you really agree with versus just the political party and stuff like that.
So another issue that we had recently, and you know,
you talking about B. Simone?
I wasn't talking about that, but let's bring it up. So what happened?
She said Martin Luther King wasn't a great person because he cheated on his wife.
Yo, y'all gotta stop, man. Y'all gotta stop with the bullshit. Like, first of all, ma'am, how do you know?
Well, I mean, it's proven that he did cheat on his wife.
But
it was like a whole CIA recordings and stuff like that.
Well,
to tarnish what he was trying to do for the country and bring everybody together. Be like, oh no, but look, he doing this stuff too. But you know, everybody got they skeletons in their closet.
Well, but my thing is, you're gonna completely discredit this man for it, even if it did happen, even if because I mean, at the end of the day, everything is still hearsay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So even if that was the case, you're gonna still discredit everything else that this man did in his life because of that situation. Hey. Like, y'all gotta stop with this shit.
Maya Angelou was was a prostitute.
Rosa Parks was just tired. Like, bro, y'all got.
Malcolm X was a pimp at one point. He was smashing white girls.
Bro, like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody has they faults. Everybody has they skeletons. Yeah. Everybody, you know, has issues personally, and everybody.
X was a fuck boy.
Yo, everybody deals with their own things, man. Like, y'all got to start with the bullshit. Like, you can't completely negate, you know, all of the monumental things that this man did, because of one situation. Like, that's bro.
Hey, man.
And my thing is,
it's hard out there, man.
Well, here's my thing. Who are you to even talk about the situation? Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate when people like try to discredit somebody and you ain't doing half of what they did or are doing.
She's not. I'm about to say she was an author, but apparently she did some plagiarism on that too.
Well, my thing is like
she had a dating show. I
don't give a fuck what it is.
This is what I'm telling you. Look this up. B. Simone's dating show, and she kicked some guy off the show. And he's like, "Can I pray for you?" And she was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Dear God."
Oh, I saw it. I did see that. Start roasting her ass in the prayer.
So, B. let me pray for you. Dear God. Nah, man.
Yeah.
We all got fucked up shit.
Yeah, everybody is a little fucked up. Like everybody in society. I mean, ain't nobody Jesus walking around out here. Yeah. Everybody in society is a little fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
All right, before I threw that out, what you was about to say?
Juneteenth coming up.
Oh yeah.
And Walmart had Juneteenth ice cream. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted some, but
I know that's why you got that watermelon over there, you coon. No.
How you feeling about the Juneteenth ice cream, man?
I wouldn't feel bad if it actually came from like a.
I mean, was it good though? Like, somebody tell me, was ice cream good?
Nobody had it. It's just so.
It was somebody had it. It was on the motherfucking store. The
white people that was allies. Our allies had it. Well, they was the first one to get it.
Somebody let me know. Let me know in the comments.
They had it at field day. They was giving it out to all the black kids. I mean, I don't think it came from a place of a love or admiration or celebration. I think it was strictly all just
capitalism.
Okay. Which you can't blame the hustler in you. Be like, all right, it is what it is.
Let me get these Juneteenth ice creams out here. But I mean, my question is like, do we want to celebrate it or do we not? Like,
well, we've been celebrating it.
Well, but even in the black community,
without red velvet cheesecake.
But even that whole did sound good though. But no, even in the black community though, the entire black community doesn't celebrate Juneteenth. And is it something? Is it a question for you? Is it something that we should even be celebrating?
Me personally, I do believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that I don't or do. I'm just asking a general question. Like, is it something that we should be celebrating?
I do believe. The entire world or the entire all of America. I don't see why they would want to, especially if you're not the biggest fans of African American people.
Well, I'm just talking about even black people. Like, it's a lot of black people. Like, northern black people don't celebrate that shit. They don't even, half of them don't even know what it is.
Well, it was a big push. It was that way, but now it's kind of spread up north, so they know what the meaning of it is. But essentially, for those who don't know what Juneteenth is, this is when the last slaves were
found out that they were free. Yeah.
But even then, I think there was still some people in slavery that
it was still some people. We still dealing with it.
Yeah, hey, deep down in Louisiana and in Mississippi,
Alabama.
But it's supposed to be celebrated as Black People's Independence Day here in America since we weren't free
fully. I guess
on the 4th. But I mean, Miss Opal down in Fort Worth, she made a big push to make it a national holiday, and they finally made it the national holiday.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of cities did. You know, I'm thankful for the day off. You know what I'm saying? Well, even before it was the regular day off, I took off.
I don't even think I got it off. I don't know.
Shit, I got it off, but even before then, I was taking it off.
I was taking it off too. If I don't have it off this year, I'm protest and flipping shit over. I don't even go into the office anymore. Be in my living room. Fuck this shit.
Don't flip your own shit over.
I'm due for another cleanup anyway. So, but I think, man, you can celebrate it, but it's one of them slippery slopes, man. You know, like it's like the whole, like we had the whole discussion earlier about Cinco de Mayo and St. Patrick's Day and the 4th and stuff. Like, long as it's done in true celebration and it's not a mockery, I think it's cool. But I think the main thing that people were upset was this has been a holiday celebration in Texas for forever. And now you want to do something about it. And then you want to trademark Juneteenth. Mm-hmm. Great value at that. When you could just highlight some of those black-owned businesses. I think there's a black-owned ice cream company that has the exact same flavor, red velvet cheesecake. So if you want to have that you can have it. I believe it's called Cremalicious or something like that. Dub. So if you want to go get that, I think it's sold in Walmart and Target. Okay,
I'm gonna try that out.
So why not? Just highlight that one versus making your own and calling the flavor freedom and Juneteenth flavor, and then trying to trademark it for yourself so you can make money off of it.
Yeah, y'all let us know how you feel about it in the comments, man. We want to hear want to hear what y'all thoughts on it are. Hit us up on 2 Cent Podcast on Instagram. Top 3, man. Top 3 for the night. What are your top 3 things you wish you learned in school?
You want to do it back and forward?
Yeah. Okay.
Number 1. There's nothing wrong with junior college.
Okay. That's your number 1?
Number 1.
Yeah. Okay, cool. My number 1 would have been or would be stocks, man. Stocks and bonds.
Okay.
Or finances in as a whole, but stocks and bonds. I feel like, we could have had a class, even, in high school coming up, could have had a class, maybe you working for your allowance, or a lot of high school kids have jobs. Show me how to invest. Show me where to invest. Show me the difference in between banks and credit unions. Show me how to apply for credit. I think that's something that all of America, the youth, could use.
Gotcha. Okay. I would say number 2 is you don't have to marry your high school sweetheart, I guess you say that, or love can come later on in life. I think if I would have learned that, I wouldn't have been so stuck on particular people, and I think my healing process could have started a lot sooner. Okay.
Speaking of healing process, I'm going to go with, I feel like I wish that there was a mental health class. Mm. And when I say class, I mean like just to the signs and symptoms of certain illnesses and diseases or mental issues like depression, like bipolarism, like, just different things that somebody could be, or a lot of us could be dealing with. Mm-hmm. I think that would have helped being able to learn that in school.
Okay. My third one is I wish I would have learned to enjoy it. I don't think I enjoyed high school as much as I should have. Okay. Because I can always go back and be like, you know what? I probably could have made a better impression, or a better opportunity of the things that I had.
Okay.
If I would have just kind of lived in the moment versus living too far in the future and too far in the past.
Okay. My last one, I'm gonna go with along the lines of mental health. I wish that physical education wasn't just a class that your coach taught just because he needed a class. I wish that there were actually nutritional facts and just teaching you about certain things that lead to certain health issues that plague us as a community. I feel like if we would have learned on a serious note that kind of stuff early, then we wouldn't be in the circumstances that we are as adults.
What's a solid list?
What's your last one?
Those. I did 3.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, shit.
I started, sir.
Well, y'all let us know y'all list, man. You know what it is. Y'all can always comment on YouTube or on Instagram. Just hit us up and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Other than that, we'll see y'all next week. You can agree with us. You can disagree with us. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Father, fuck you.
At the end of the day, that's just our 2 cents on it, man. Y'all have a good week. We'll see you next Friday.
All right.